Minnesota Vikings were down 3 quarterbacks during the Saturday night practice due to COVID as Jake Browning shined. But now the paperwork is in. Courtney Cronin, go. The Vikings put Kellen Mond, Kirk Cousins, Nate Stanley on the reserve COVID-19 list on Sunday, according to the NFL transaction wire. That creates 3 spots on the roster, and the Vikings are bringing in several quarterbacks for workouts. And it's been widely reported that Mond was a positive test, and it's inferred that Cousins and Stanley are not vaccinated since they are deemed high-risk close contact and have to quarantine. But Jake Browning is apparently vaccinated, hence why he was able to play despite also being in close proximity with Mond. So what happens now with Mond, Cousins, and Stanley? How do they get back on the field? Let's dive into it. These are straight from the NFLPA COVID-19 protocols memo. Positive test for fully vaccinated individuals. Fully vaccinated individuals should be tested via the blah, blah, blah test only. If a fully vaccinated individual tests positive, he or she should immediately be given another test and sent home to isolate while the test is pending. If the individual remains completely asymptomatic, he or she may return to the club facility once 2 consecutive PCR tests are negative over a 24-hour period. The second which, blah, 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 blah. So from these protocols, if Mond is vaccinated, the team cannot say one way or the other if he is. He could be back at some point this week if he runs up a couple of negative tests. But if he's unvaccinated, then it's going to be a lot more complicated coming back from a positive test. As for Cousins and Stanley, contact with a COVID positive individual. Consistent with the 2020 season, individuals designated as a high-risk close contact to a COVID positive individual, either in the club facility or outside of the club, will be required to quarantine for a period of at least 5 days after his or her last contact with the COVID positive individual. Fully vaccinated individuals who are asymptomatic are not subject to being designated a high-risk close contact and the resulting quarantine, just like Jake Browning, but will be required to be tested for COVID and participate in contact tracing conducted by the government, club, and the league assist to the identification, blah, 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 blah. So the soonest that Cousins and Stanley could return is Friday, and they will be missing some very important practice reps, especially Kirk Cousins, man. I mean, this offense is going to be dialed in and ready to rock and roll. Vikings are working out quarterbacks Case Cookus, as well as former St. John's quarterback Jackson Erdman, who they've tried out several times before, so we'll see. But it's always something, man. It is always something with this damn team, but hopefully this blows over. Cousins and Stanley and Mond return ASAP, and we're able to continue this quest to hoist that drumbardy at the end of the season. But your thoughts? Vikings placed 3 quarterbacks on the COVID-19 reserve list. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work? Post on the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.